What we are not going to do is give up or feel discouraged because YouTube wants to go and double the requirements for monetization. So, there's a lot of Christian creators, a lot of small content Christian creators who are feeling called, feeling led by God to explore the space of YouTube. And I'm included in this. I really did feel called by God. And I'm not going to say did, do. I do feel called by God to go on YouTube and put my voice out there. Now, this journey of putting my voice out there, it's beneficial to me because I am able to find my voice. I'm able to improve on my speaking. Who knows where that's going to lead, right? But obviously, there's a lot of us who are also wanting to get paid. Why not want to get paid to speak? Many people have proven that it could be done. Many people are living off of it, right? So why not us as well? Now, that doesn't mean that that's the sole purpose of it all, but it's a large percentage. Am I wrong? Right? Anyway, there's a lot of people out here who are feeling really discouraged because now the requirements are doubled. I'm just here to encourage you to keep on with the good old fight. Okay. If you've been following my journey, I'm someone who loves fasting. Right now, I'm in the middle of a fast. I am in the middle of, I'm at the beginning of a 12-month fast where I'm fasting from something different every single month. I've done this before in 2019. And during that time, I went on that fast because I wanted to heal from other things, heal from some childhood traumas. I wanted to just kind of get closer with my family because that healing or the traumas really took place within the family context. And I knew that my healing could possibly dismantle the family relationships that we had. And so I wanted to do that with my family as well as with some friends and whatnot. But during that time, I felt led to pray for my marriage, which was already falling apart. It was something that I didn't care to want to reconcile. And I was just living my life. We were living our lives as single people. But God led me to want to pray for that marriage. And in praying for that marriage, I started to want it. I started to want marriage reconciliation. The same way where I just kind of feel led to get on YouTube and just start posting, it made me feel like, I think I want this, Lord. I think I want to make the monies like the others, right? And so back in 2019, that's what happened to me. I wanted to really reconcile my marriage, but it's like the more that I prayed for my marriage, the more it was apparent that it was just like, no, no, no. And that was actually one of the hardest no's that I experienced, mainly because of the emotions that brought, because I had my hopes up, right, for something. However, that was the best thing that God could have ever done for me at that time, because I wanted the marriage. God wanted me to get hate out of my heart for my ex-husband. I hated that man's guts. But how could I call myself a child of God, walking, professing to be a Christian, and have the hate that I had in my heart that I have for that man? And so praying for that man every day removed that hate from my heart, and it put me in a better position to pursue other things, other godly things, to be able to have better cultivated relationships with friends and family members and business and all the, just, it did a lot. It did a lot of amazing things than not. Okay. But because I had my hopes up on that one thing, that no felt almost like the end of the world. That was some years ago. Now I can see that that was the best thing that happened to me. And with YouTube announcing this change, anyone who decides not to give up, especially if you feel called by God to do it, this could also be the best thing that could ever happen to you too. And I'm saying that to say, sometimes we get so focused on wanting that one thing. Oh, I want to get paid. I want to feel like I'm getting full-time checks to do what I love, or I want to get paid to do what it feels like it's not work. You know, whatever the things that we say them all. I say them all, right? But instead of keeping our focus on that, let's go back to why we are called. We are called. God is calling us for something bigger, something greater. What's a check God got plenty of that, right? He's calling us to reach somebody. He's calling us to shift something within us. He's calling us to open doors in some other direction. Ain't no telling. There's no telling what God is calling me or you for. If you know, you know, but a lot of us will discover that as we continue on this journey of posting the content on YouTube long form. You hear me? And I say that because that is where our assignment, that's where our purpose is. It's in the journey. A lot of us are focused on the end result. Oh, I want to get paid. I want to get my first check. I want to listen. This is just going to be the best advice I can give. Less focus on the end result, more focus on the journey. How are you being obedient in this season of responding to God's call to show up on YouTube? What is your voice that God is needing to reach the people, his sheep that he wants to reach? Like, let's ask those types of questions. Now, God's plans are greater, they are bigger than what we can ever fathom, than what we could ever imagine. And the point of the matter is, it's going to get done with or without you. He's God. Now, our prayer is to just be a willing vessel despite the obstacles, despite the big bad wolf kind of howling and growling and saying, "Rawr, now you need 20 million shorts views," and "Rawr, now you need 8,000 watch hours." Ooh, that's a lot, especially for us small creators. But that's all that is. It's howling and growling, right? We're not going to be afraid of the howling and growling. That's nothing. It's nothing. It's really nothing for God. Nothing for God when you really get to thinking about who God truly, truly is. And so instead of letting that scare us, how about we just hone in on our obedience calling, hone in on our purpose, hone in on our voice. We are in this together. And I do want to give you some scripture. I've been encouraged by scripture in this. I told you I'm fasting. And one thing about fasting, if something like this doesn't happen, then you ain't doing it right. That's really what I want to say. Like, usually when I get to fasting, it's always just some big major shift happening, some type of a revelation, or just obstacles coming from left and right. But I just want to encourage you and remind you that none of that, absolutely none of it, can separate us from his love, like, at all. I've been encouraged by reading Romans 8:28. It says, "And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him." People like to stop there, but what comes next is really what's most important. Like, that's the point of what I'm coming on here to say. Who have been called according to his purpose. Like, again, if you really just on here because you're just trying to find the next hustle and you want to make money on YouTube, and now they doubled the requirements and you're like, "Ah, man, that's just too much for me." Yeah, go on to the next. But if you are somebody who has been called by God to show up in this space, and you know and you feel that calling really strongly within your spirit, then be encouraged, because something good is going to come out of it. A lot of good is going to come out of it, because that's who God is. He's a good father, and that's what his word is. That's what his word says. So let's stand on it. Let's stand on that together. So I'm Andrea. Welcome to my channel. And if this type of content resonates with you, then please like and subscribe and share this with a small creator who might be feeling discouraged. And let me know in the comments where you stand with this change. Bye. I like my name when it sits like this. I took the long way home just to feel the air. Bare feet on the tile, I got nothing to spare.